I think here in Portland at AWS Elemental, our engineers, our team bring a desire to make the world a better place. And that may seem a little cliche, but you see it in the way we spend our time. We spend a lot of time volunteering in the community in our community investment efforts. We spend a lot of time talking about diversity and inclusion challenges that we face in technology and working with community leaders to try to solve those problems. So it's not just lip service, it's actually hours that are being invested by the team here to make positive change in those areas.
Sam loves Portland and he loves Oregon deeply.
Pretty big fan of Portland.
What Elemental, Sam, and the team have done is quintessentially Portland.
It's about at least once a week that I think we have a volunteer event.
People can take a work day and they can go volunteer.
We do stuff with food banks, we do beach cleanup.
Over 60% of our employees take time out of their weekends, out of their evenings, even out of their work days occasionally, to go get involved in the community. Seeing a workforce around me that is not just invested in building world-class video technology, but also ensuring that this technology that is making Portland such a well-off city in this day and age, that is being spread to folks that aren't as fortunate, that aren't in the tech field today. Seeing that we have a population here that cares about that, for me that gives a lot of meaning. And that's something that not every workplace in the country, in the city today can speak to. And I feel very fortunate to work with people that feel that way.
Portland, we have here today Sam's younger brother, Eli Blackman, along with Joe McFerrin, to say a few words and present the inaugural Blackman Civic Engagement Award. Please welcome them.
All right. Thank you. So I'm Eli, Sam's brother, younger brother, and also worked with him for many years at Elemental. And I wanted to thank Mark for the idea behind this award and for making it a reality. And I know Mark has mentioned in the past that he kicks himself for not recording the presentation Sam gave at TechFest in 2014. And while I also missed it, I did remember it happening, and so I went back and looked up if I had asked Sam about it, and I had. And I said in an email, hey Sam, by the way, I had 3 friends, independently, who don't know each other. I had 3 friends say they saw your talk at TechFest Northwest, and it was awesome. Arg, wish I had seen it. Sam replied, Eli, really appreciate your passing along the positive feedback from TechFest. I put a lot of work into that one. However, it's not too far from the themes I've touched on frequently at Elemental, so you're not missing anything by not seeing it. So for anyone else that may have missed it in 2014, let me reassure you that it was likely somewhat similar to the video you just saw, except longer, better, more in depth, probably a little more inspiring, extra inspiring. But it is wonderful to see TechFest debut this award in Sam's honor, not only because it does recognize Sam's work and the causes he championed up until his death last August, but it also puts another stake in the ground that those leaders in the community who advocate for this kind of work and make it a priority, that those that do that will get recognized for that work specifically, and especially in the tech industry where there's a ton of opportunity now and will be continuing going forward. One of the components of the civic engagement work as a part of our community investment program at AWS Elemental is the 4K for Charity Fun Run. It's a run walk series that AWS Elemental puts on here in Portland in October, as well as at the major trade shows we attend. We actually have one coming up down in Las Vegas in just 5 days. And the 4K for Charity raises money for nonprofits focused on increased diversity and inclusion initiatives. And one of the run's main beneficiaries here in Portland is Rosemary Anderson High School. And Joe McFerrin is here. He's president and CEO of POIC and Rosemary Anderson High School. And he's here to talk a little bit about the amazing organization and its mission.
Thank you, Eli, and thank you all for giving me an opportunity to say a few brief words about Portland OIC and the Rosemary Anderson High School. We're an organization that focuses on kids, high school age kids that have had challenges in the public school system. We have 4 locations where we have small alternative schools, and we help those students get what they need so they can make it across the finish line. A lot of what we do deals with helping young people address the barriers that are not necessarily related to math, science, and English. Rather, it's the things that happen at home and in the community. We have been around for 50 years in the community working with this target population. 3 years ago, we were selected by Elemental to be the recipient of the 4K charity run. I'm happy to report to you that the infusion of funds, technical support to our schools and to our school community has been tremendous. So far, the run has generated more than $175,000, which allowed us to redo our entire IT infrastructure. But equally as important, our students have had an opportunity to rub shoulders with professionals in IT, and that is truly a blessing. I look forward to next year coming to Tech Fest and bringing lots of our students so they get to see all the opportunities that are here for us in the Pacific Northwest. On behalf of Portland OIC, Rosemary Anderson High School, Board of Directors, our students, our families, our volunteers, I'd like to thank you and thank Elemental for this opportunity to share a little bit about our organization today. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe. And Rosemary Anderson has a FIRST robotics team, an award-winning FIRST robotics team. Not a championship level FIRST robotics team, but they are award-winning. And Joe's going to be on the committee that helps select the recipient of this award next year. So we're really excited about that. So this year's inaugural Blackman Award for Civic Engagement is going to someone who is the board chair for the Technology Association of Oregon, a Girls Inc. 2018 personality, a Business Connector member for Business for a Better Portland, a member of the Oregon Growth Board from 2014 through 2017, a member of the Oregon Innovation Council from 2014 through 2017, was on the PERS Unfunded Actuarial Liability Task Force in 2017, a charter member of TIE Oregon, co-founder of Startup Camp, and member with her company of the Techtown Diversity Pledge. She continues to weigh in on issues that impact the overall health of our community, not only near term, but also to increase and improve opportunities for future generations. And so with that, it is our honor and pleasure, on behalf of TechFest Northwest, to present this award to the founder and CEO of Zapproved, Monica Enand.
Well, thank you so much to everybody. I am I don't think I can express how deeply honored I am to receive this award. I want to thank Mark and TechFest Northwest, but I also really want to thank the Blackman family, Adrian, Eli, and your mother, Susan. Your grace and strength is something we can all take a lesson from, and it shows us that Sam's spirit and legacy endures. So thank you for everything. Sam was a passionate guy, right? He was passionate about tech, he was passionate about social justice, about our environment, and about our kids, and very definitely about Portland. But he saw the power of business to do good and be a positive force in the community. You know, we all know that businesses can provide jobs and opportunities, but Sam demonstrated that it could be the engines of social change and civic influence. And that's a lesson I'll keep with me forever. It's our obligation to look out and not in, to look beyond the balance sheet and the equity and towards empowerment and equality. Sam's altruism and authenticity, he showed us that we can do both. And I want to continue to take my cues from him and show that our generation wants to be engaged and help have a positive and permanent role in the making Portland a great place to live for every member of our community. I miss Sam, as I know many of you do, and I still think about him very often. He was a very early influence to me in starting my company, and he continues to inspire me. As long as we can commit, all of us, to be leaders just like he was, then at least I know he'll always be with us. Thank you.